Hi, I'm Blake Alexander, and this is my Module 17 data protocol for AEP 858. So the first organizer I did just kind of lays out the plans for the school and the steps that we should take as a staff and as an administration. So first says create a culture and schedule that promotes the data process. So this would be making time for collaboration, establishing norms, and modeling the data process as administrators. The next would be to collect, organize, and store data. And this would be, what information are we collecting, where is it at, and how is it accessible to teachers. The third would be to analyze the data. So we're actually going to get in groups, identify problems, and pose questions. The fourth would be to collaborate and talk about, what these problems, brainstorm, develop a plan, and how we're going to implement that plan. And the last would be to review and reflect on what's working, what's not working, and what we need to change. So the second part is just, my graphic organizer that kind of simplifies that for the steps for once people are in, their groups. So again, it would be gather data, or how it's organized, how it's presented, analyze the data, identify the problem, pose a question, collaborate, and develop a plan, and then review and reflect. And it's just a continuous process that's never ending, so that we can just, keep having continued growth like we talked about in class. So some questions that I would pose to groups is, what do we know when we start? And then we would move on to what do we need to, what do we want to know? What are we looking for? We would move on to how will we get there together? So what are we going to do? And then, when you get to the reflecting stage, you're talking about what's working and what's not working and what we need to do differently. And so as far as the process goes, or what I would hand out to teachers, this is something that I made. So the first thing would be like, here's our data. As a group, you're going to talk about what is the problem. We're going to pose a question. What are we looking for? So we're going to pose that question, and then moving down from that is solutions and ideas. So you can just kind of brainstorm, list those things. People can talk and kind of decide on what's the best one and list it. Then they're going to develop that plan of action, so they can actually list out the steps here. I only have 3 steps, but it's about all I could fit on this page. And so once you've developed that plan of action and how you're going to implement it, you would implement it, and then you would go right back to the top the next time you meet or anything like that, and you would review that data again and pose another question and just kind of keep going in a continuous loop. And that is my presentation. Thanks for watching.